This is Beverly Hills in the color Coolest Ash Brown. We're gonna break it all down. Coming up. This was a good example to show you that not every brunette in this new Belle Tress City Collection line has warm highlights. So remember, you can find this one at Wig Studio One. I'll attach a direct product link in the description box. So if you go below the video and expand the description box, you can click on the link titled Belle Tress Beverly Hills. It'll take you out to the site. You can see all of the colors. I think there's 12 colors in this palette. And the pricing, remember, it's an automatic 30% off at checkout at Wig Studio One. So this one is right out of the box, guys. I just coaxed out a little bit of lift and contour at the top. And it really does react very nicely just with hand manipulation. The soft, silky, heat-friendly fiber. You can also use some heat tools on it to make it yours, but it's absolutely perfect right out of the box. So let's talk about this color for a moment and then we'll go through the specs. This is Coolest Ash Brown. I could not wait to present this one because I wish I had $1 for everybody that asked me if there was an ash brown with neutral highlights. We're so used to seeing brunettes with these flashy auburn or this gold blonde highlighting. So I didn't wear makeup today, and that was actually on purpose. This was an impromptu review. The color code on Coolest Ash Brown is an 814. So that 8 represents a nice, cool ash brown, medium ash brown. It's not quite chocolate, because to me, chocolate has a velvety redness at its core, or a mahogany or a chestnut. This is just a nice, soft, neutral brown. And then it's very heavily highlighted with a very fine honey blonde. Now that honey blonde is quite neutral in itself, and each one of the highlights is not chunky, it's very fine. So the overall result of this is just soft and blended. It is not a rooted shade either. Okay, so you won't even see any subtle rooting. I would say that that honey blonde just makes it glisten. It just gives it a sort of a lift without being an obvious highlight. It's absolutely stunning. And I'm so glad that they do have a neutral to ash brown in this color palette. So don't be afraid of this one, guys. So in fact, I have Malibu here in the City Collection by Belle Tress. This one is in the color Mocha Maple Brown, which is a 627. This is a perfect example, and it'll give great perspective to this 814 Coolest Ash Brown. So you see how the base color here is more of a chocolate. It's a rich chestnut brown, and then it has a light auburn highlight to it. So that warms it up drastically. And then you can see next to the Coolest Ash Brown how soft and neutral this brown really is. So hopefully this was a good example to show you that not every brunette in this new Belle Tress City Collection line has warm highlights. This style was just completely well managed. It is mapped out perfectly, planned perfectly. It frames the face, even though you've got about a 20-inch front piece here, and it's about 22 inches overall. So it is a long one. It just has this soft waviness to it that makes it look really natural, full of body. It looks like healthy human hair. It weighs just under 5 ounces and features that temple to temple extended lace front and extended left monofilament side part. We'll show you an inside look at the cap here in a moment. Let's get up close on that lace front though, because that's really important, especially with a brunette. We want to know that the knotting here is not super obvious, and it's a very fine knotting process. Just a very nice technique used here in the knotting process, completely natural. The density starts out really light and gets just a little bit heavier as you move back through the style. That leaves us with a really nice natural hairline that extends back through the ear tab, no visible seams. And then that extended left monofilament part goes all the way back to the hind crown. You'll have so much styling versatility with this one. And I found it so easy just by sweeping it out and around the face. It stays out of the face nicely, even though that's a long 20-inch layer right there in the front. But look how this moves. Soft body all the way around. Very romantic, very feminine for sure. And if you wanted to part it in a different direction, you could do that. You can't really see through to the wefting on that side. So if you wanted to part it more in the center or on the right, you could do that very easily. It's a nice medium density, so there's not too much hair here. In fact, for a long style and very limited layering, I think it feels like a light density to me, just because each one of the fibers is very silky, soft, fine, and buttery. I can put my fingers in and immediately feel the cap, but everything is obscured because there's no permatease. So I'm not sensing any soft, pillowy permatease anywhere. I love how Belle Tress has perfected this technique. Okay, so I'll take you outside for a quick look at this color in outdoor light, and then we'll do some styling for Beverly Hills. As I said, this is right out of the box, and all I did, you've seen me throughout the review, just kind of sweep it back, and it comes to life beautifully and stays out of the face. I love how reactive these fibers are. Glasses fit beautifully between the ear and the ear tab on this style, so for all of you full-time glasses wearers out there, thumbs up for being comfortable and secure. So let's go ahead and I'll just move this around. This would be a great wig if you wanted to do some more elaborate, sophisticated styling. However, I'm a big fan of casual styling. I wouldn't even know where to begin to do something more elaborate, but this will give you a good idea of the density and the movement. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you soon, right back here on TAZ's Wig Closet.